I've been lucky enough to have a few successful horses in my career, starting with Yardley Charisma, then Yardley Aphrodite, then Chatham Park Jack, and now Alabaster is my current Grand Prix horse. And all of them have represented Australia internationally. So it's hard to pick one from the other. They've all been very special in their own way. In some ways, I think Charisma was the best horse in that as a combination, she taught me how to ride. And she was a very forgiving horse by nature, and the better I rode, the better she went. So in that respect, I could say she was the best horse. The best moment of my career would definitely be Sydney Olympics. I think, it was always a dream of mine to represent Australia at the Olympics, and then when Sydney won the Olympics for 2000, it became all-consuming almost for myself to make that team. And it wasn't easy, and I always say to people, Charisma qualified me, but Aphrodite got the ride. And that was absolutely a highlight. To compete at an Olympics in your own hometown, nothing can beat that. For me personally, which happens to everyone along the way, is that I didn't make the World Championship team for Rome in 1998 with Charisma, and that was a massive blow to me not to make that team, and I learnt a lot from that experience. And I think so long as if a moment is a negative moment or a low in one's career, you can turn it to a positive and make it the learning curve, which we all dislike very much. But I haven't allowed that to beat me since. The must-have factor for myself when I'm choosing a dressage horse is temperament and trainability, and they're very closely linked, I believe. If you have a good temperament, the trainability factor will become a lot higher. So for me, it is always temperament, especially now with a young family. You can always improve paces on a horse if the temperament and the trainability of the horse allows you to do that. The one thing I don't handle very well is vertical rearing. I don't do vertical rearing very well at all, and I usually find if it's become an ingrained habit with a horse, it won't become a partnership with me. I think the biggest thing for me, which has become to the forefront a lot more nowadays, is a very good saddle. And to ride in a saddle that supports your back, supports your position without holding you fixed in a position. To me, when you're riding numbers of horses a day, that is the key to longevity. Don't rush them too quickly, and allow them the ability to get used to the competition arenas through small shows, and being consistent in those arenas and consistent with how you handle the young horse from the moment it leaves home, getting on the trailer, to the moment it enters a competition ring, and also afterwards. The one thing that does stick in my mind is not actually with myself, it's with Helen Bray, my groom. We were in Jerez with Aphrodite representing at the World Championships, and I came back into the stables and had been gone for a couple of hours, and Helen has the door open to the stable. She's sitting on the floor and she's reading a book, and I said to Helen, "You're all wet. What's happened? Someone throw a bucket of water on you or something?" She said, "No, Abby's licking me and sucking on my hair." So Aphrodite was a bit bored and loves Helen so much that she's been sort of licking her face and her arms, and she never ever was biting. And she just licked for 2 hours. She's licked and sort of sucked her hair like this. And Helen's just sat there and read her book. And it's just, it's one of those really special moments. Okay, well, today we do have the Grand Prix for the World Cup final here at Werribee. So this morning he's normally fed at 6 o'clock, and then I decided to ride him around 9:30 and just give him a leg stretch, a bit of a walk, trot, canter, check submission, and that lasted 20 minutes. So yeah, he was really good. So we leave him in the stable now, and he's having his morning tea as we speak, and then he has his little bit of lunch, and then this afternoon Helen will start plaiting him and sprucing him up, and I will leave everyone's presents for about an hour and just hibernate and get myself organised, and then about 5:30 I will climb aboard and hope for the best. The performances within the Grand Prix ranks are very much becoming closer to a par with European combinations. So I think, your training and your quality of horses, the quality of judging, along with the support of so many volunteers in the sport, your event organisers, everyone who goes into helping produce an event and a competition, it is all generally on an uphill climb now. And I think it's important that people see that